Hello, everyone, and good morning. Today is Saturday, July 28th, 2025, at 10:12. And today we have our day one outlook to look at today. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had to do something really quickly. So this is kind of more of a dangerous one here. It's going to be about dangerous. Um, so today we have a moderate risk. That's right. We have not had one of these for a little bit. So we have a moderate risk across parts of South Dakota and into Minnesota. We have an enhanced risk extending from South Dakota into a little bit of North Dakota, parts of Minnesota, and parts of Iowa. We have a slight risk that extends from Montana through North Dakota, Minnesota, parts of Wisconsin, Iowa, parts of Nebraska, and back into South Dakota. And we have a marginal risk that encompasses parts of Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, just a tiny bit of Missouri, parts of Iowa, parts of Nebraska, going into a little bit of Colorado there, back into South Dakota, and just a teeny tiny little bit of Wyoming there, and going back into Montana. So we do have those areas under a marginal. So, again, well, not again, let's go ahead and read off the cities we've got today in each risk. We have Aberdeen, Watertown, Brookings, Marshall, and Huron under the moderate. Sioux Falls, Lakeville, Mankato, Shakopee, and Mason City under the enhanced. Minneapolis, St. Paul, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, and Billings under the slight. And Madison, Rockford, Davenport, Oshkosh, and Jamesville under the marginal. So let's go ahead and deep dive and see what we've got for today. Today we've got a 5% of a tornado risk for parts of South Dakota and Minnesota and just a small tiny bit of Iowa. And we have a 2% that encompasses parts of South Dakota, Iowa, and Minnesota. So we do have those areas under a 5%, or 2% tornado risk. So we already know that the tornado risk is not the cause for the moderate risk. We have Sioux Falls, Aberdeen, Watertown, Brookings, and Mitchell under the 5%. And Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rochester, Bloomington, and Plymouth under the 2%. So, for the 5%, we could see a brief EF1 tornado possible. And for the 2% area, we could see a brief EF0, maybe an EF1, if it does become strong enough in the 2% area. So, please be prepared for that in case it does happen. Going into the wind threat for today, here we go, yes. Looks like this is the reason for the moderate. We have a 45% hatched area in parts of South Dakota and parts of Minnesota. We have a 30% hatched area for parts of South Dakota, just a little bit into North Dakota, parts of Minnesota, and parts of Iowa. We have a 15% that extends from Montana through North Dakota, Wisconsin, parts of Minnesota, parts of Iowa, a teeny tiny little bit of Illinois, parts of Nebraska, and going back in South Dakota. We have 5% that extends from Montana through North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, parts of Iowa, a teeny tiny little bit of Missouri, parts of Nebraska, going back through South Dakota, a teeny tiny little bit of Wyoming, and back into Montana. So we have a very busy day today. So we have Sioux Falls, Eden Prairie, Lakeville, Mankato, and Shakopee under the significant severe. Aberdeen, Watertown, Brookings, Marshall, and Huron under the 45% hatched. Sioux Falls, Lakeville, Mankato, Shakopee, and Mason City under the 30% hatched. Minneapolis, St. Paul, Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, and Billings under the 15%. And Madison, Rockford, Davenport, Oshkosh, and Jamesville under the 5%. So, it's going to be a very busy day today for the wind. We could see wind gusts of 75 to 90 miles per hour possible in the 45% hatched. in the 30% hatched, we could see wind gusts of 70 to 85 miles per hour possible. For the 15%, we could see 60 to 75 miles per hour possible wind gusts. And for the 5%, we could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible. But I cannot rule out any 90 miles per hour, maybe even 100 miles per hour wind gusts possible. Oh, there's the reset. In the 45% area. So please be mindful, that definitely is a possibility. We could be seeing a derecho today. Going into the hail risk for today, we've got a 15% that extends from Montana through parts of North Dakota, South Dakota, parts of Minnesota, going down into Iowa and parts of Nebraska. We've got a 5% that extends from Montana through North Dakota, parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, parts of Nebraska, parts of South Dakota, and just a teeny tiny little part of Wyoming and back into Montana. So we do have those areas under a 5%. So we have Minneapolis, St. Paul, Sioux Falls, Billings, and Fargo under the 15%, and Rochester, Sioux City, Eau Claire, Woodbury, and Maplewood under the 5%. So for the 15%, we could see damaging hail of 1 to 3.5 inch diameter possible, and for the 5%, we could see 1 to 2 inch diameter hail possible today. So please be mindful that could be possible. Going into the summary for today, numerous severe thunderstorms capable of widespread damaging wind gusts are likely across parts of the northern plains, with several gusts expected to exceed 75 miles per hour. A few line-embedded tornadoes and instances of severe hail may also occur. Widely scattered storms may produce severe wind and hail over portions of Montana. So I still do predict that possible derecho today, so please be weather aware and please be safe today. There's today's hail risk. There's today's wind risk. Again, I predict a possible derecho. There's today's tornado risk. And there's today's day 1 outlook. So I really do hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe. Please make sure you have a way of getting warned. Either that is your NOAA weather radio, your cell phone, your television outlet, your internet source. However it is you get alerts, make sure you have them on today, because you will need it. Anyway, I do hope you stay weather aware and stay safe today. Again, today marks my first day of volunteering at a band camp, so I will not be able to make a day 2 outlook video or a day 1 outlook update if anything updates. So I will have to have Johnny Thunder, EAS, and Weather fill in for me for both the day 1 outlook update or the day 2, whatever the SPC issues later today. But anyhow, in the meantime, stay weather aware, stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone.